Guys, please write the heading. Amines. In amines, you write the first
Sir,
topic.
is last chapter completely over?
Coordination compounds.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there is some part that is biological importance or uses of coordination compounds that you can read it from the textbook. Very, very rarely questions come from that portion. Uses of coordination compounds. Okay.
Can you put a message on the group, sir? Like this topic, you can read it.
You can note it down. Uses of coordination compound. Basically, these topics, like uses of coordination compounds, uses of haloalkane and all, I generally do it when in the revision classes and directly with the questions. So I don't teach the theory, but whatever question has been asked in the previous year papers or whatever question that can be asked, जो भी सवाल इनसे बनते हैं, like from these topics, there are certain questions that can be asked. Na? So I teach them in the revision classes of those chapters, not the theory part. Okay, so you will have some basic questions. You can just read those questions and go. Same questions ही आएंगे अगर आए तो, like very rarely they ask from these topics, but if it will come then it will be certain 5 questions or so. Uses of coordination compounds. Using or importance, I mean, this will be the topic in the NCERT, the last topic. Okay, uses of coordination compounds or importance of coordination compounds. Yeah, why you have posted in the group?
Oh, sir, like we'll forget, sir.
You can send it to me also, no? It will confuse other people, right?
It's in the same batch, sir.
No, no, it's not the same batch. It's everyone, not only this batch.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. You write it in your copy. Coordination compounds में you can write it in your copy notes. In amines, write the topic, method of preparation of amines. Also, guys, you don't need to read that portion. है ना? I will do all the questions in the revision classes. MOP of amines. MOP मतलब method of preparation. The first method of preparation is reduction of nitro compounds. Right, the first one, the reduction of nitro compounds. So there are two basic reagents that we can use. If you have alkyl nitroalkanes, alkyl group that is connected with NO2, you can use H2PD. That means hydrogenation of nitro groups in the presence of palladium as a catalyst. This is done in a solvent that is ethanol, but ethanol is not taking part in the reaction. It is just a solvent that we use, and it gives you RNH2. Now moving on, there is another reagent that we can use. Any metal plus HCl, right? Metal plus HCl. Now the metal that we can use is tin or Fe. Iron or tin you can use, and this is also going to reduce it to RNH2. That means we are going to get amines in these cases. Now both of these reagents can also be used to convert nitrobenzene to aniline. Same reagents, इसको हम स्ट्रक्चर में ही बना देते हैं. For example, if you have nitrobenzene, you can use any one of the reagent, H2 over PD or metal plus HCl, and this will convert nitrobenzene to aniline. ठीक है. So but यहाँ पे there is one remark that you can write. Please write a point. When Fe plus HCl is used, FeCl2 is formed as byproduct, which is easily hydrolyzed to release HCl gas, which is further used in the reaction. Therefore, a small amount of HCl is required. Okay, so what is the advantage of using Fe plus HCl? Then you will write when Fe plus HCl is used, then in the byproduct we form FeCl2. Now if you add FeCl2 plus water will give you HCl gas. Now this HCl gas then can again be used as a reagent. So you need a very small amount of HCl to start the reaction. Once you have started the reaction, HCl will be reforming and be used in the same reaction. So that is the advantage of using Fe plus HCl. Please write this down. Raise your hand once you're done. Guys, raise your hand once you're done. Write it quickly.
Sir,
When you are right, yes, Priya.
can you approximately say when will the revision class start? Like when will the portion be over and revision
By
class
the
start?
by the end of this month, most probably. आपका और कौन सा चैप्टर बचा हुआ है? Amines DNF block बचा हुआ है, right?
Yes, sir. Chemical kinetics is done. Yeah.
Chemical kinetics is done. So
Yeah.
most probably by the end of this month, we will be started
Is
with
this a
the
very big
revision.
chapter, sir?
No, no, it will require 2-3 classes only.
Sir, you have anything like a table or anything for all the preparation?
No, no, no. I am not going to give you the table. वो आपको
Okay.
बनाना पड़ेगा. Otherwise, it is not going to help you.
Okay.
Okay, I have मतलब मेरे पास तो है because almost in every year there are some students who make these tables and then I just check them. So that making process is going to be helpful for you.
Yes, sir. You said it
है ना?
many times.
Many times, yeah. So that is the वही वहीं पे आपको याद होंगी चीजें. हम आपको दे देंगे कोई फायदा नहीं है ऐसे.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलिए. After this, you are done. Yeah, Annalisa.
1 minute, sir.
Yes,
Last.
sir.
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक. Father, just take a screenshot, Father.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just started ना method of preparation of amines.
Yes, sir.
Done. ठीक है. Write the next method of preparation. Ammonolysis of alkyl halide. So when you have ammonia, NH3, right? Ammonia lysis means NH3, which has a lone pair, and you react this with alkyl halide, that is Rx. Since halogen is more electronegative, it will pull electron density from alkyl group, making it delta positive. So this nitrogen atom, it is going to attack on the alkyl group, and this X will leave as X negative. This will lead to a formation of salt. We will have the nitrogen NH3 as it is. It will be bonded with alkyl group. Since nitrogen has donated an electron pair, it will get a positive charge. And the X negative, which was there as a leaving group, it will just come beside here and it will give you a salt. This is known as substituted ammonium salt. Now, when we react this with NaOH, then it leads to formation of primary amine, that is RNH2. RNH2 plus water and the sodium halide, whatever X group is present here. Now, this is a general reaction जो आपके पास होगा. So when we do ammonolysis, we get primary amine. But please listen. Once we have got the primary amine, let us suppose that we have millions of molecules of both ammonia and alkyl halide. Out of those millions of molecules, let us suppose some 10,000 has reacted and formed primary amine. Now in the reaction mixture, I have RNH2. And I also still have the alkyl halide. As of that all the alkyl halide have already reacted. There are many alkyl halide molecules which are still present when the first few thousand primary amine would have been formed. Now again, this nitrogen is having a lone pair electron, and this alkyl group will be still having delta positive charge. So it is going to, this nitrogen can attack on this alkyl halide once again, and this halogen atom can leave. In the presence of NaOH, we are going to get, I'm directly going to make this compound. That is the nitrogen atom. It was already connected with one alkyl group. It will be connected with another alkyl group now, and there will be one hydrogen left. Now the same process can occur once again when you have Rx. This can attack once again in the alkyl group, and it is going to give you R nitrogen, again an alkyl group, and again an alkyl group. Now there will be still a few molecules of alkyl halide remaining. So this nitrogen atom can attack once again because it still has lone pair electron, and it will lead to the formation of R. There are 4 R's on the nitrogen atom, and nitrogen will have a positive charge. Now this is known as quaternary ammonium salt. Quaternary ammonium salt. Now this is a very similar case that we saw in the free radical halogenation of alkanes. So in that case, you will get some primary amine. Some of the primary amine will again react with alkyl halide. Now this is 1 degree amine, right? This is 1 degree amine. It will give you 2 degree amine. Out of the 2 degree amines, there will be some 2 degree amine which will again react with alkyl halide, which will, if it collides with alkyl halide, it will form what? 3 degree amine. Out of the 3 degree amine, there will be some which will collide with alkyl halide once again. It is going to give you quaternary ammonium salt. So as you can see, we are getting 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and 4 degree, that is quaternary ammonium salt, as a mixture. So you can say that ammonolysis of alkyl halide is not a good method of preparation for the primary amines. Primary amines आपको अच्छे से नहीं मिलता. मतलब it is not a good method of preparation for amines overall because we are always getting a mixture. That is the first part. ठीक है. सबसे पहले
but we can stop this reaction, right? If first degree with Rx means we are getting second degree amine. We can stop there. If we again reacted only, it's further we are able to
no. We are not reacting here. It is already react. So what do you think? We have 10 to the power 24 molecules at least, right? If I'm taking 1 mole, what do you think? All the 10 to the power 24 all the 10 to the power 24 molecules of ammonia and all the 10 to the power 24 molecules of alkyl halide, they will collide at the same time. Hafia, what do you think?
Only some will collide.
Some will collide. तो मान लेते हैं ना इसमें, चलिए बहुत कम हम लेते हैं, चलिए 100 का लेते हैं, ठीक है. So out of this 100, let us suppose 50 collides, ठीक है. Now 50 आपके पास क्या बन गया, RnH2, है ना, 50 फ्लाइट करेगा तो 50 RnH2 बन जाएगा, राइट। If we are having 100 and 100 and 50 out of these two are colliding, then we will get 50 RnH2, na, correct.
Yes, sir.
Now we have 50 Rx remaining. Makes sense?
Okay,
Yes or no?
so it's just that we are preparing for first degree amine.
No, we are not prepared. ऐसे नहीं बोलते हैं इसको, बोलते हैं we are when we are treating, हमने क्या डाला, alkyl halide में अमोनिया डाला, then
Okay.
we can't do anything after that, ना, you can just wait and see what happens. Make
Oh,
sense?
it progresses by itself only. We are not
Yeah,
adding alkyl
we are
halide.
not doing it. Yeah, obviously we are not doing anything, na, because when
Yes.
initially for the first second, let us suppose 50% we got RNH2. Now 50% of the alkyl halide is still remaining. Now, how will you stop the primary amine on attacking alkyl halide, because they are on the same container?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood. I thought we are
There
adding
will be some
leads.
primary amine that will attack on alkyl. No, we are not adding. We कहना चाह रहे थे there are some remaining, ना, तो वो खुद से react कर जाएगा. It's happening on its own. That is why it is not a good method. But here also we can use something, we can do something in order to get majority of the product as primary amine, that we will see how to deal with that problem. But first of all, we'll write this method of preparation gives a mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and quaternary ammonium salt, quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, therefore, again, whenever we get a mixture of product, it is not a good method of preparation. It is not a preferred method of preparation of amines. अब ऐसा भी नहीं कि like we are getting quaternary ammonium salt only. If we were getting only quaternary ammonium salt, that would also have been fine. कुछ तो काम होता उसका. But what we are getting a mixture, 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree amines. Now, अब थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे we have to understand. ठीक है, ध्यान से यहाँ पे जरा देखिए. See here. We have to stop this reaction. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me, guys. बात सही है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. We have to stop this reaction. Now, what we can do, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Let us suppose if we don't have, देखिए RNH2 तो हमको चाहिए. You cannot stop making RNH2. You need the primary amine at least, right? Because we are making amines. What if we have very small amount of alkyl halide? Very small amount of alkyl halide. Let us suppose the ratio that we are taking 1000 of NH3 and we are taking 10 alkyl halide. So in the first second itself, all the alkyl halide will be consumed. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Like all the NH3 will attack on Rx only. So all the Rx are consumed. So we don't have any alkyl halide remaining. So if there is no alkyl halide remaining, this reaction cannot happen. We have primary amine and then we have ammonia left. Now primary amine and ammonia are not going to react with each other because इसके पास भी nitrogen पे lone pair, इसके पास भी nitrogen पे lone pair. So they are not, they are not going to react with each other. They are not reactive. So what we can do, we can take excess of ammonia. If we take excess of ammonia, then we will get primary amine as the major product. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Right, next point. Now this particular point, it was asked in the previous year paper. Okay, so please write to get primary amine. Previous मतलब इसी साल जो 2023 में पूछा गया था. Primary amine as major product ammonia, that is NH3, is taken in excess. If we compare the reactivity of different alkyl halides, then obviously alkyl iodide will be fastest, followed by alkyl bromide, followed by alkyl chloride. Alkyl fluorides are very less reactive. They are very less reactive. They don't react very fastly. And this is the same reactivity order because it is SN reaction, a nucleophilic substitution. So usme leaving group should be able to bear the negative charge. So iodine can bear the negative charge very easily. After this, you will write the third method of preparation, reduction of nitriles. The reduction of nitriles. Now, there are three reagents that we can use for reduction of nitriles. We can use lithium, aluminium hydride. That is the best reagent that you can remember. We can also use hydrogenation in the presence of nickel or platinum or palladium. And the last that you can remember is sodium amalgam. That is aqueous मतलब होता है ना पानी के अंदर solution. Ammonical solution means solution inside ammonia, which is liquid. Amalgam का मतलब होता है मरकरी में कुछ चीज आप डाल के solution बनाते हैं. So you have added sodium in mercury, sodium amalgam in the presence of ethanol. So if you have R, C triple bond N, and you use one of these reducing agent, you will get R. The carbon will get 2 hydrogens and the nitrogen will get 2 hydrogens, a primary amine. If you have benzonitrile, you use a reducing agent, you will get the benzene ring. CH2 bonded with NH2. Please remember, this is not aniline, this is benzyl amine, which is also a primary amine, right? Now, this is an important reaction with respect to the conversions. Okay, we will see a few conversions in which we are going to use this reaction. Now, in the exam, please don't write RA, है ना? RA में से इनमें से कोई एक डालिएगा, ठीक है? Please use your common sense. ऐसा बिल्कुल छापने मत लगिएगा आप लोग कि in the reaction you are writing RA only. RA means one of these, either lithium aluminum hydride or H2 in the presence of some catalyst, sodium amalgam in the presence of ethanol. Right, next. The fourth method of preparation. Reduction of amides. Now, in reduction of amide, we can have R, C double bond O, NH2. This is alkyl amide, alkyl, and then you have the amide. Here you use lithium aluminium hydride. Second step, we use water. And 2 hydrogen atoms will attach on the carbonyl carbon. So you'll get R, CH2, NH2. That is a primary amine. Similar reaction is shown if you have a benzene ring, C double bond O, and NH2. We have lithium aluminium hydride, which is a reducing agent. Secondly, we use water. Here you will get benzene ring as it is. The carbons double bond O will be gone and it will be converted to CH2 followed by NH2. This is again what? Benzyl amine, not aniline, benzyl amine. फिफ्थ लिखिएगा गैब्रियल थालेमाइड सिंथेसिस। Gabriel thalamide synthesis. Now, see here, guys. In Gabriel thalamide synthesis, we start with thalamide. What is thalamide? Benzene ring.
Can you scroll a little bit up?
Yeah, sure. Please write it down.
Yes, sir, done.
C double bond O will be here like this. C double bond O here like this. And you will have NH. Now this hydrogen atom here, if you are going to remove the hydrogen atom, this nitrogen will get a negative charge. This negative charge will be stabilized by resonance. Huh? This can go here, O negative. Further, it can do resonance with the benzene ring also. That is why this hydrogen can be removed easily. It is an acidic hydrogen. If you react this with KOH, that is a base, this hydrogen will be removed. And you will be remaining with a salt. That salt will look something like this. Nitrogen will have a negative charge and K positive. After this, we react it with alkyl halide, that is Rx. Now again, the alkyl group will be having delta positive charge because it is connected with more electronegative halogen atom. And this nitrogen with a negative charge, it will attack on the alkyl group like this. This halogen will leave and it will be attacked by the K positive and it will form KX. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से आपको एक चीज निकलेगी जो कि लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, that is KX. Fine, KX is removed from here. Now what we are left with? We are left with the same thing. The thalamide part is as it is. Now nitrogen is bonded with alkyl group R. This alkyl group R is coming from the alkyl halide. Now when we treat this with aqueous NaOH, what do we get? When we react this with aqueous NaOH, we get here there is O negative is introduced. Here we have O negative introduced and Na positive is balancing it. Na positive here and Na positive here. Plus we get RNH2, a primary amine. Please write this down. ये जो aqueous NaOH वाला step है ना, उसको I will explain in detail. You don't need to remember it, है ना? आपको बस इस तरह से ये steps याद रखने हैं. How aqueous NaOH is going to give you the carboxylate ion and Na positive, that you don't have to remember. But please write it down. I will explain how aqueous NaOH is working, है ना? ये aqueous NaOH यहाँ पे काम कैसे कर रहा है? I will explain it to you. But first of all, you please write it down. Raise your hand once you're done.
Sir, can you explain me the second one?
Which nitrogen with negative charge attacking on alkyl group.
Okay, yes, sir. After that?
When nitrogen is attacking, the halogen atom will leave X negative, है ना? And X negative, it is having negative charge, so it will also take the K positive with it. KX will be leaving.
Okay, sir.
And nitrogen is bonded with alkyl group R. And this particular reaction जो है nitrogen से alkyl group जो बना, this is SN. This is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Alkyl group is attacked by a nucleophile, and halogen atom is leaving.
It's SN reaction, right, sir?
It is SN reaction. यहाँ पे this second step it is an SN reaction. Done, guys?
1 minute, sir. Done, sir.
Anyone still writing? ठीक है. Now, ये हम आपको स्टेप बताते हैं व्हाट्स हैपनिंग हियर. ठीक है, डोंट नीड टू राइट इट, प्लीज जस्ट लिसन. ठीक है, आपके पास यहाँ पे क्या है, यू हैव R, राइट? You have NR and then we are using aqueous NaOH. जब आपके पास aqueous NaOH है, that means you will be having OH negative. You will have OH negative. जब आपके पास OH negative होगा, then it is going to attack on a electrophilic site, जहाँ पे electrons की जरूरत है. So this carbon atom here, it is bonded with oxygen double bond, nitrogen with nitrogen single bond. So it is what attached with electronegative element. That means it will be having delta positive charge. And this OH negative is going to attack here. As soon as this attacks, this is going to leave. ठीक है, और जैसे ये लीव करेगा ना, तो नाइट्रोजन पे नेगेटिव चार्ज आ रहा है, तो OH नेगेटिव के साथ साथ एक्वस है ना, वाटर भी है, तो वाटर से H प्लस आएगा एंड H प्लस विल बी अटैक्ड बाय दिस नाइट्रोजन. सेम चीज होगा इस कार्बन के साथ. सिमिलर थिंग विल अकर हियर. OH नेगेटिव इज गोइंग टू अटैक ऑन दिस कार्बोनिल कार्बन, और जैसे ये बॉन्ड टूटेगा, देयर इज वन H पॉजिटिव दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अटैक्ड बाय दिस नाइट्रोजन एटम. आप यहाँ पे देखिए क्या चेंजेस आ रहा है. The benzene ring is as it is. C double bond O, C double bond O. Now this carbon nitrogen bond ये टूट रहा है and OH is forming a bond with carbon atom here. तो यहाँ पे OH लग जाएगा. अब बेसिकली यहाँ इट इज बेसिक ना, तो बेसिक में OH, चलिए ठीक है, OH लग गया. यहाँ पे क्या लग गया, OH लग गया. ठीक है, और नाइट्रोजन है, नाइट्रोजन भी क्या लग रहा है, दो हाइड्रोजन लग रहे हैं एंड देयर इज वन R ग्रुप. ठीक है, अब ध्यान से देखिए, बिकॉज इट इज इन बेसिक कंडीशन, these hydrogens will be substituted because कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड है ना, कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड क्या करेगा, हाइड्रोजन को लूज करेगा इन बेसिक मीडियम, और यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा, Na पॉजिटिव एंड Na पॉजिटिव. ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ द लास्ट स्टेप इज वर्किंग. आपको क्या मिला, R NH2 and then we are going to get a solid. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me, guys. This part.
Sir, can you say this again, sir? That
Which part? Tell me.
no, from the first itself, this OH attacks itself.
Tell me, what do you remember? Where is the attack happening? OH negative है तो कहाँ attack करेगा?
Firstly, the OH attacks the double bond that carbon atom
Carbonyl
it
carbon.
attacks carbonyl carbon. That time its bond breaks
With nitrogen atom, huh? It will break with
with
nitrogen atom.
nitrogen atom, And there will be a H plus atom, it will attack with.
The nitrogen atom will attack on H plus, because देखिए attack का मतलब होता है जहाँ electron from electron rich to electron poor ना. So because nitrogen atom is going to have the electron and H is positively charged, so we say that attack is happening from nitrogen to hydrogen है ना. H positive पे attack हो रहा है, electron rich which is having electrons है ना. And same thing occurs in the below part also,
Yes,
which
sir.
again attacks there, and then this nitrogen gets one more hydrogen. So nitrogen is getting two hydrogens, these two bonds are breaking, and here we are getting OH and OH. Once you get OH, because it is in basic medium, तो OH की वजह से वो H plus निकल जाएगा. H plus will be removed because we are in a basic condition, and you will get a salt. Acid plus base reaction will occur once you have got the
But
carboxylic
there
acid
is
and
no
carboxylic
any in
acid.
this reaction, right, sir? There is no sodium. Okay, sir.
है ना? ठीक है.
Yes, sir, understood.
Yes. So here you will write a few points. Used for preparation of is anyone saying something? Used for preparation of 1 degree amine. Another important point regarding this Gabriel phthalimide synthesis is that aromatic primary amines cannot be prepared. Okay, please write aromatic primary amines. मतलब aniline basically, no? Aniline cannot be prepared using this method as if you want to see this R group is coming from where? It is coming from alkyl halide. No? So if we are going to use aromatic primary amine, तो हमको aryl halide use करना पड़ेगा. And aryl halide, they don't show SN reaction. Nucleophilic substitution is not shown by them. This method as aryl halides don't show SN. And the second step, the main reaction is the SN reaction.
Done, sir.
Right, next. The sixth method of preparation, Hoffman bromide degradation. Hoffman bromide degradation. Now, the reagents are already present. You need bromine and amide. So amide पहले बना लेते हैं. You will have R, C double bond O, NH2 plus bromine, that is Br2, plus you need KOH. We need a base, that is KOH. This will give you just remove the C double bond O from here, तो आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? Primary amine, RNH2. Now, important part that you can see here is, if we have in the amide, अगर alkyl group में आपके पास 4 carbon atoms है, then this is 1 carbon atom. That means you are going to have 5 carbons in the amide. But in the amine, you are going to have only 4 carbon atoms. So it is used to prepare primary amine with 1 carbon less than the amine. This is the first thing that you are going to remember. And I'm just saying, if it is N, ठीक है, मान लो alkyl group कितना है? N है. and there is one carbon in the amide, तो आपके पास कितना है amide में? You will have n+1. So you will get one carbon less in the amine. Okay, so please write with me. Used for preparation of 1-degree amine with one carbon less than the amide. Now, what are the reagents you can use? Reagent में तो आपको यूज करना पड़ेगा Br2 for sure. ब्रोमीन आपको यूज करना है. Plus you can use KOH, and similar to KOH is NaOH also, no? So NaOH also can be used. Now the same reaction can be shown by something that is containing benzene, and then you have amide. C double bond O, NH2. We'll be using Br2. Let us suppose we use NaOH here, and just remove the C double bond O and attach the NH2 on the alkyl. तो आपके पास benzene ring है. Just remove the C double bond O. Directly NH2 you will get. Now what you are getting here, you are getting aniline. Write this down. Raise your hand once you're done. Waiting for Alisa and Fadil. Just waiting for Alisa now. Acha. Do you guys remember that this reagent I2 plus NaOH, ये reagent याद है किसी को? I2 plus NaOH.
No, sir.
नहीं, किसी को नहीं याद है? आयोडोफॉर्म टेस्ट. ठीक है, आयोडोफॉर्म टेस्ट. Now if you remember iodoform test में you can use I2 plus NaOH, and this I2 plus NaOH, it gives you sodium hypohalite, a sodium hypoiodide in this particular case. अभी याद आया किसी को कुछ? अभी भी कुछ याद नहीं आया? This is there in the chapter carbonyl compounds, if you guys remember. ये आपके पास कार्बोनिल कंपाउंड्स में है. ठीक है, खैर आप लोग को याद नहीं आया तो कोई बात नहीं, बट यहाँ पे भी आप देखिए सेम चीज है ना, Br2 plus KOH or NaOH. So instead of this, you can also see some reagent like this, NaOBr or KOBr. ठीक है, तो सोडियम हाइपोब्रोमाइड और पोटेशियम हाइपोब्रोमाइड कैन ऑल्सो बी देयर. ठीक है, this या तो Br2, generally you will have Br2 and aqueous KOH or NaOH, but these reagents, अगर ये reagent भी हो amide के साथ, then you have to remember this reaction. ठीक है, चलिए now let us do some questions यहाँ पे. Now see, this is quite interesting question. इसको देखिए जरा, कैपिटल व्हाट इज ए बी एंड सी। ये सीक्वेंस वाले सवाल ना आपको पहले करना सीखिए, उसके बाद आप लोगों को कन्वर्जन्स का आइडिया लगेगा। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव, देखिए इसका हम प्रोसेस बताते हैं कैसे आपको याद कैसे लाना है। याद करना एक चीज होती है और आपको याद आना भी तो चाहिए। जैसे आप याद कर रहे हैं बैठ के ना, हेलो एल्केन चैप्टर स्टार्ट किया, अल्कोहल चैप्टर, एल्डिहाइड कीटोन कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड अमीन, तो बैठ के रट रहे हैं रिएक्शंस या फिर लिख रहे हैं। ठीक है, सवाल तो डायरेक्टली आएगा नहीं, बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से सवाल आ सकता है, सही। नाउ हाउ टू अप्रोच दीस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, आपके दिमाग में अप्रोच क्या होना चाहिए उसको बहुत ध्यान से समझिए। आइडेंटिफाई द क्लास ऑफ कंपाउंड। ठीक है, आइडेंटिफाई द क्लास ऑफ कंपाउंड, हाउ यू कैन नैरो डाउन कि आप खोजना कहाँ है। यू हैव 4 चैप्टर्स, यू कैन नॉट बी वैंडरिंग इन ऑल द 4 चैप्टर्स, है ना। आप सारे चैप्टर्स में घूम फिर नहीं सकते कि सब चैप्टर से ढूंढ रहे कहाँ पे हो कहाँ पे हो कहाँ पे। यू हैव टू नैरो थिंग्स डाउन, एंड वंस यू नैरो थिंग्स डाउन इट विल बी easier फॉर यू टू फेच द करेक्ट रिएक्शन। ठीक है, क्या देखिए। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल से वेदर इट इज हैलो एल्केन हैलोरीन, अल्कोहल फिनॉल ईथर, एल्डिहाइड कीटोन कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड, या फिर अमीन, क्या है ये। टेल मी दिस कंपाउंड दैट इट हैज बीन गिवन as CH3CH2I, व्हाट इज दिस।
Halo alkane and halo arene.
हैलो एल्केन, ये क्या है, हैलो एल्केन, राइट, इट इज हैलो एल्केन, राइट। नाउ हैलो एल्केन इज रिएक्टिंग विद समथिंग, दैट मींस आपको कहां फेच करना है, केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ हैलो एल्केन। मेक सेंस, यस और नो प्लीज।
Yes, sir.
है ना, कितना आसान हो गया आप सोचिए। 4 चैप्टर से, 4 चैप्टर में सबका एमओपी, सबका केमिकल केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज, है ना। तो यू हैव 8 डिफरेंट सेक्शंस इन योर ब्रेन राइट नाउ। 8 में खोजना बहुत डिफिकल्ट, नाउ यू कैन इजिली फेच। ठीक है, नाउ इन हैलो एल्केन हैलोरीन यू हैव ओनली 3 टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन, न्यूक्लियोफिलिक सब्सटीट्यूशन, एलिमिनेशन, एंड रिएक्शन विथ मेटल। मेटल में तो मैग्नीशियम और सोडियम सिर्फ नहीं से, आपके पास मेटल तो नहीं है। एलिमिनेशन रिएक्शन इज ओनली वन रिएजेंट, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, अल्कोहलिक KOH, वो भी नहीं है। सो इट इज अ सब्स्टिट्यूशन रिएक्शन, NaCN KCN वाला रिएक्शन है, राइट। सो A विल बी व्हाट, आयोडीन विल बी सब्स्टिट्यूटेड बाय CN। तो A मॉलिक्यूल मिल गया आपको, दैट इज CH3CH2CN। नाउ इट इज सेइंग पार्शियल हाइड्रोलिसिस। अब देखिए जरा, अब देखिए जरा, अब आपके पास क्या है, A इज व्हाट, इट इज नाइट्राइल। क्या है नाइट्राइल, किसी चैप्टर के नाम में आता है, टेल मी। Is nitrile present in any of the chapters name? बोलो भाई।
Just now we learned, sir,
नो 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 नो,
reduction of
चैप्टर नहीं नहीं, चैप्टर का नाम, नाम वो
no.
यही तो दिक्कत है ना फिर। अभी आपने जो पढ़ा वो तो अभी आपको याद, बात समझ में आ रही है। व्हाट यू हैव लर्नड राइट नाउ यू रिमेंबर ओनली दैट, बट इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी लाइक दैट ना। यू विल बी हैविंग 4 चैप्टर्स। कैन यू सी दैट वी हैव फर्स्ट, ये फर्स्ट चैप्टर रिएक्शन ना, दिस इज द रिएक्शन ऑफ फर्स्ट चैप्टर। नाउ एवरीथिंग विल बी कंबाइंड। नाउ प्लीज रिमेंबर गाइस, इज नाइट्राइल इन द नेम ऑफ एनी ऑफ द चैप्टर्स, यस और नो। ये तो आसान है ना आंसर करना, यस और नो, टेल मी गाइस, रिमेंबर,
Yes.
ट्राई टू रिमेंबर। इज इट देयर, नाइट्राइल नाम का कोई चैप्टर है क्या, नो
There is no
राइट।
chapter for nitrile.
देयर इज नो चैप्टर फॉर नाइट्राइल। नहीं, अमीन्स इज नॉट नाइट्राइल ना, अमीन इज नॉट नाइट्राइल, ठीक है ना। इफ इट इज नॉट प्रेजेंट देन दिस रिएक्शन ना A to B will for sure be in the method of preparation of something. I hope it makes sense,
Yes,
because
sir.
either we see the chemical property, so chemical property of haloalkene, haloarine, alcohol, phenol, ether, so that chapter's name will be coming when we are having the reagent or the starting material will be present, then we have to look for chapters name. If the starting material, if the class of starting material is not in the chapter's name, then you have to look in the method of preparation. Now here it becomes a bit difficult. ठीक है, here it becomes a bit difficult that now you have method of preparation, तो सारे के सारे method of preparation आ जाएंगे, right? You'll have method of preparation of haloalkane, halogen वगैरह वगैरह। now यहाँ पे अब you can fetch a little bit, but haloalkane तो नहीं है, because there is no halogen atom here that we can see. now one trick I would say, like which chapter do you remember, किसके method of preparation में भर भर के हमने पानी डाला था।
Alcohol phenol ether.
अल्कोहल फिनॉल ईथर, और now this is the very मतलब ये यहाँ पे ना generally दिक्कत आ जाती है. So let me show you guys.
Aldehyde, ketone.
Carboxylic acid, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid.
Yes, sir. Aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid.
Just want to see something. Let me just give me a second. See this. Nitrile, when you add water, you get amide. ठीक है? तो ये partial hydrolysis हुआ है. Complete hydrolysis में you will get carboxylic acid. ठीक है? So see, कितने छोटे से section से you can have questions ना? What they have written in the question, partial hydrolysis. So when you have CN, if you are doing complete hydrolysis, then you will get CH3, CH2, COOH. When you are doing partial hydrolysis, जो कि यहाँ पे हो रहा है, then what you are going to get? CH3, CH2, C double bond O, NH2. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me, guys. Now all the reactions are there in your notebook, है ना? बस ये कि आपको याद कितना रहता है. But this is one of the important question because यहाँ पे देखिए, neither the reactant is in the name of any chapter, nor the product is in the name of any chapter. So this is one of the difficult reaction to retain. मतलब आपने भले ही देखा हो, आपने याद भी किया हो, लेकिन इसको याद लाना एग्जाम में, रिटेन करना, in order to retain it, it is a bit difficult because nitrile we don't have in the chapter's name, amide we don't have in the chapter's name. This is coming in between. ठीक है? That is why I have taken this question. एक बार ये आप लोग देख लीजिए. Fine. Now once we have identified the B, this is the B because we are having partial hydrolysis. Then they are seeing NaOH and Br2. So we have just seen with NaOH and Br2 is Hofmann bromide degradation. We will be getting CH3, CH2, and this carbonyl will be going away और आपको मिल जाएगा NH2. Fine. Now we started with 2 carbon atoms and we have got an amine of 2 carbon atoms. Not a very great case, but you can see कि आपका बीच में यहाँ पे आपने देखा कि 3 कार्बन एटम्स आ चुके थे, 1 2 3 कार्बन एटम्स, राइट? नाउ चलिए इसको एक बार लिख लीजिए, ए और बी और सी क्या है, उसके बाद आई विल गिव यू सम मोर क्वेश्चंस. राइट इट डाउन, ए बी एंड सी.
Sir, what is that CH?
Complete hydrolysis. pH is partial hydrolysis, CH is complete hydrolysis. Raise your hand once you're done, guys. Just waiting for Priya now.
Sir, actually how partial hydrolysis is taking place?
The same process ना जो कि हम लोगों ने अभी देखा था. Then you have R C triple bond N, ठीक है, and OH negative, right? So tell me OH negative will attack where? क्या ख्याल है आपको? Where it will attack? Carbon or nitrogen? Carbon, right? Because carbon is what? Attached with nitrogen. So what happens next is R C. Now the nitrogen is having a double bond. ठीक है, it is getting attacked by OH. ठीक है, अब यहाँ नाइट्रोजन के पास क्या आ चुका है? नाइट्रोजन is getting one electron like this. नाइट्रोजन पे एक लोन पेयर आ चुका है and there is a negative charge. Now when you have H negative on hydrolysis, hydrolysis means water is also present. So from water nitrogen will get one hydrogen. ठीक है, एक इसको हाइड्रोजन मिल गया. सेम थिंग विल occur once again. R, यहाँ पे देख लीजिए आप. See here, R C OH double bond nitrogen, and then this nitrogen has a hydrogen. Now this hydrogen atom which is connected with oxygen, it will have delta positive charge. Now here you have a pi bond. Now this pi bond will attack on the hydrogen atom. This hydrogen oxygen bond will leave like this. You will get R C double bond O and NH2. This is very similar to the keto-enol tautomerism. If you see, this is enol, carbon atom having a double bond and a OH also. और यहाँ पे ये keto form में आ चुका है. A similar reaction we did in the method of preparation of aldehyde and ketones. वहाँ पे alkyne के साथ reaction में a similar thing takes place. So this is how partial hydrolysis takes place. If we add one more molecule of water, then complete hydrolysis में आपको carboxylic acid मिलेगा. ठीक है? NH2 will be replaced by OH there. So this is how partial hydrolysis is taking place. Fine. Now see, there is two important conversions that you need to remember. एक है आपके पास, how will you convert CH3 CH2 Cl to CH3 CH2 CH2 NH2. Now when you see that we are going from 2 carbon atoms to 3 carbon atoms, we say that this is ascent. Now this class is known as ascent of carbon. Ascent मतलब एक step आगे, right? One carbon more than the starting material. So chlorine से आपको कहाँ जाना? NH2 तक जाना. So a very naive way of doing it will be ammonolysis of haloalkane. We can use haloalkane and we can do ammonolysis, or we can use Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. But in all of those reactions, you cannot increase the number of carbon atoms. The carbon atoms are going to remain the same. Whatever Rx you are going to use, that will be converted to RNH2. Now, the R is going to be the same. So we cannot use that. Whenever you see there is an increase in one carbon atom, you have to remember the reaction with KCl. So when you react this with KCl or NaCl, you will get 2 carbon atoms and then Cl. Once you have got the nitrile, you can react this with lithium aluminum hydride. That is a reduction reaction. So here you have 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. तो आपने एक carbon का introduction करा दिया. You have increased the carbon atom by 1. So now here you have 3 carbon atoms. So 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and then NH2 you are going to get with lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, so this is how you are going to do for ascent. Ascent में आपके पास देखिए और एक भी चीज आ सकती है. For example, you have 2 carbon atoms Cl. Then you have to produce 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms and OH. Okay. So how are we going to do this? So first, same thing. First of all, we'll react this with KCl. आपने एक कार्बन पहले इंक्रीज कर लिया in the first step itself, and you have got 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and this third carbon atom is Cl. Then you will reduce it with lithium aluminum hydride. You will get 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms and then NH2. Now in the method of preparation of alcohol, we have seen that primary amines can be converted to alcohol using ONO, nitrous acid, HNO2. Fine. So this is a reaction that we can use. Here also 2 carbon atoms and 3 carbon atoms. Now this ascent of carbon atoms is very interesting part. I mean, you can also have, for example, 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and then you have OH. Fine. And you want to convert this to 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, 4 carbon atoms, and NH2. How are we going to do that? We are going to do this by, first of all, reacting this with not KCN, but SOCl2. Thionyl chloride, we will convert this to haloalkane. Once we have converted it to haloalkane, we will react this with NHKCN, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms and CN here. Then we can use LiAlH4 in order to reduce it. Okay, so all of these are different examples of acid, but the main important reaction that we are having, that is increasing the carbon atom by 1, it is the KCN reaction. Write this down, raise your hand once you're done. Now, you will be comfortable with these reactions. At least you should have method of preparation, chemical properties, at least in one pages. So you can easily refer to the reactions. You will start by using those one page sheets while you're doing the conversions. And then slowly you will be able to do the conversions on top of your head also. Even looking at conversions, these are certain reactions ना जो आप लोग को मतलब देखते रहना चाहिए. ये A से B वाला, B से C, C से D, ठीक है? So these reactions also help in conversions. Raise your hand once you're done. Waiting for Pia and Deborah.
Done, sir.
Okay. This is ascent of reactions. Now there is another case in which we will do descent. Descent मतलब we are going one carbon less than the previous one. ठीक है? तो ध्यान दीजिए जरा. For example, if I am asking you to prepare, let us suppose, ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid 2. Let us suppose we have methanol. So we are going from 2 carbon to 1 carbon, right? So you have CH3, COOH, 2. We have to go to methanol, that is CH3OH. ठीक है? ऐसे बस लिख के मत छोड़िएगा. What are we going to do now? First of all, we will react this with NH3. When you react this with NH3, you will get CH3, CONH2. You will get amide. And from amide, you can prepare amines by using Br2 and KOH. Hoffman bromide degradation will remove the CO and we will get CH3NH2. And we can use HNO2 in order to prepare alcohol now. HNO2, nitrous acid. So we will get this NH2 will be replaced by OH and we are going to get a methanol. Now 1 carbon less than the previous acid. Write this down. Raise your hand once you're done, and then you are going to write physical properties.
Sir, so KCN is used for converting from 2 carbon to 3 carbon, KCN and LiH4.
No.
HNO2 is used for converting into OH.
यार देखिए, usage of word is very important. HNO2 is used with amine in order to convert to alcohol. Now this is not a first time you are seeing this reaction. ठीक है? Yeah. It's just that if you look at alcohol chapter, see, this is the importance of the sheets now. See here, method of preparation में RNH2, it gives you 1 degree alcohol. ठीक है? See here, from aliphatic primary amines, we have RNH2, it is giving what's RCH2OH. NH2, it is giving you OH. And the ONO, ONO is what? H, N, and how many oxygens are there? There are 2 oxygens, HNO2 ही है. Okay, so this is the importance. That's why I was telling you, all of you guys, to have these sheets with you. तब इतना आप लोग के लिए अमीन्स चैप्टर आते थे, कंफ्यूजन नहीं होता ना. ऐसा लग रहा होगा पहली बार देख रहे हैं आप ये सारी चीजें. What I am saying is, Fia, usage of words is very important. You are saying that KCN is used to increase 2 carbon to 3 carbon. That is not right. KCN is used to increase 1 carbon atom. चाहे वो 1 कार्बन से 2 कार्बन हो, or you are going from 2 carbons to 3 carbons, 3 carbons to 4 carbons, 5 carbons to 6 carbons, no matter. So if you want to go from 2 carbons to, I mean, if you want to increase the carbon atom by 1, then we will use KCN somewhere. ठीक है फिया?
Yes, sir.
So even though in this case you can see we are starting with alcohol and we are ending with amines. There is no alkyl halide here anywhere, but we had to introduce alkyl halide only to do this reaction, KCN. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so increase the number of carbon atom by 1, we use KCN. To decrease the number of carbon atom by 1, we use Gabriel Thalamate synthesis. Now, in physical properties of amines, please write. See, we have 1 degree amine, that is RNH2. This is 1 degree. We have 2 degree amine, which is R, which is bonded with 2 alkyl groups. The nitrogen is bonded with 2 alkyl groups and it has 1 hydrogen. This is 2 degree. And the 3 degree amines will be nitrogen atom that is connected with 3 alkyl groups. Now, as you can see that these two, this has 2 hydrogen atoms here bonded with nitrogen, 1 hydrogen atom bonded with nitrogen, and here it does not have any hydrogen atom. So the 1 degree and 2 degree, these can form hydrogen bond. Can form hydrogen bond. And the 3 degree cannot form hydrogen bond due to absence of NH bond. Okay, now this is the reason why 3 degree amine is going to have slightly different physical properties than the primary and secondary amines. Okay. Now, first of all, you will write a point. Since the 3 degree cannot form hydrogen bond, its boiling point will be lower. But in general, if we talk about amines, then please write amines except 3 degree, right? Except 3 degree have higher boiling point than corresponding hydrocarbon and polar molecules. पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स का मतलब एल्डिहाइड एंड कीटोन्स की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. एल्डिहाइड कीटोन्स एंड ईथर से इनका ज्यादा होता है एंड आल्सो हाइड्रोकार्बन. देन यू राइट बट boiling point of amines is less than alcohol and carboxylic acid. Ca is carboxylic acid because of less electronegativity of nitrogen atom in amines. Because the nitrogen atom is less electronegative, the polarity of NH bond, it is not very high. But in alcohol and carboxylic acid, the hydrogen bond is formed due to the OH bond, and oxygen is very highly electronegative, so the polarity in that is very high. Okay, that is why the hydrogen bond of amine is less strong, or I can say it is weaker than the hydrogen bond of alcohol and carboxylic acid. Now, this is regarding the different types of compounds, different classes of compounds, amine and haloalkane and hydrocarbon and aldehyde, ketones, ethers, alcohol and carboxylic acid. Okay. Now let us talk about different types of amines. So amines में अगर हम बात करें, so you will write since 1 degree and 2 degree amines, 1 degree and 2 degree amines have 2 hydrogens and 1 hydrogen respectively.
Sir, what is En?
Electronegativity. they can form hydrogen bond and 1 degree amine has highest boiling point as it has 2 NH bond. I think it has 2 NH bonds. So if I talk about the boiling point of amines, the boiling point order is 1 degree is highest, followed by 2 degree, and the 3 degree is very, very less. There can be a question, why 3 degree amines are lower boiling point? Then you will write 3 degree amines have lower boiling point as they cannot form hydrogen bond. Next, regarding solubility. First point regarding solubility is amines are less soluble in water than alcohol due to lower electronegativity of nitrogen. The same thing, जितना अच्छा hydrogen bond बनाएगा water के साथ, the higher will be the solubility. So since the hydrogen bond of NH is not very strong, the solubility is also low in amines. Next point is the 3 degree amine is again not soluble in water because it cannot form hydrogen bond. And you can write, or rather you write it like this. Amines are less soluble in water than alcohol due to the lower electronegativity of nitrogen. Then you write solubility of amines, solubility of amines decreases with increase in carbon atoms. As the alkyl group is hydrophobic. Last point you can write is aniline is not soluble in water due to bulky benzene ring. Raise your hand once you're done writing. Just waiting for Priya now. Now, after this, write chemical properties. Okay, in chemical properties, write the first reaction. It's quite important. Carbyl amine reaction. Carbyl amine is one word. Carbyl amine reaction. And this is also known as isocyanide टेस्ट. ठीक है, कार्बाइलामीन टेस्ट भी नाम है इसका और आइसोसाइनेट टेस्ट भी नाम है ना, कार्बाइलामीन रिएक्शन भी बोलते हैं इसको. ठीक है, सो जस्ट रिमेंबर दीज नेम्स. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इन दिस रिएक्शन? वी स्टार्ट विद RNH2. You react this with CHCl3, that is chloroform, in the presence of aqueous KOH and a bit of heat. This leads to the formation of alkyl isocyanide, NC, plus KCl and H2O. Now this alkyl isocyanide, this is it has a very foul smell. ठीक है, and it is a very foul smell, बहुत खराब इसका महक होता है. And that is why this can be used for the detection of primary amine. So please write aliphatic and aromatic. दोनों ही है ना, aliphatic and aromatic primary amines reacts with chloroform. CHCl3 is chloroform and KOH at elevated temperature to form alkyl isocyanide which has a very foul smell. Yes, you can write. This reaction is not shown by 1 degree or by 2 degree or 3 degree amines and 3 degree amines. Therefore, this is used as a test for 1 degree amines. Raise your hand once you're done writing. So if they ask you some question, how will you distinguish between CH3 whole twice NH? Then what you can use? You will say RNH2 will react with CHCl3 plus KOH and form and give NC with foul smell. And CH3 whole twice NH will not react. Please raise your hand once you're done.